Recognize our distinguished guests. Our Lieutenant Governor Sheila Simon, our Mayor Joel Fritzler, our City Manager Kevin Beatty, and also members of the Carbondale City Council and members of the Carbondale Chamber of Commerce. Would also like to welcome one of the original staff of 30 years ago. Diane Gordon is here. And for our guests, I'd like to introduce you to our Executive Director of the Brim Preparatory School, Dr. Richard Collins. Our Associate Director, Dr. Brian Brown. And members of the Brim School Board of Trustees and the Brim School Foundation Board. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce you to the President of the Board of Trustees and the daughter of our founder, Carol Brim, the Reverend Stacy Tate.
I laugh at our Board of Trustees who have some names on chairs up here, but that's kind of how we operate. We don't do things. We've got one person who obeys. So does the things she wants to do, or that we ask her to do. I'd like to open this ceremony with prayer, but not in the traditional way. You know, often we bow our heads in prayer, but I want us to look around, to keep our eyes wide open to what God is doing around us and give our prayer in that way. So I invite you to join with me. You are here with us now. Thank you for all who are gathered here this day, friends from old and new friends too. We know that you're working with us to move us in a direction that helps young people succeed. And we give you the thanks and praise. Look back at these pictures and smile. This was a cornfield. I assume it was a cornfield. It looks like corn stalks, being married to a farmer. I think I recognize the right crop, though I'm not out there that often. This was a dream. A dream started with my little brother who had a learning disability and who had to be sent off to that horrible part, in my mind, as a young person, of this country, way out east, and I was so mad at my parents for doing that. How dare they send off little bro? We should all go with him. And then when my dad passed away in 1980, I think all the pain and that frustration was fulfilled in the dream and my mom's ability to be able to then start a school in the Midwest to meet the needs of kids right here. There's nothing here in the Midwest for our kids, and sometimes we still feel that way in the Midwest. There's nothing here, but there is something here. And it is this family we call Brim Prep. And it is the ability to dream and to grow, and the things that are happening in this place are so awesome. We are growing in such wonderful ways, and we hope to meet the needs of young people and adults, anyone with learning disabilities all around the world. That is our goal, and it is happening, and it's exciting, and we invite you to be a part of that. I want to just close with some words that we had a team here, Isaacs, and they were here to certify us, and here's part of what they had to say about this school and this place that we know as Brim. Over 30 years ago, Carol Brim had a vision and a dream for educating students who learned differently than students enrolled in traditional schools. Focused on meeting the learning needs of her son, the Brim dream was developed and presently is lived out each and every day on this campus in Carbondale, Illinois. Brim is not the only school serving students with learning disabilities, but with this assembled community, the innovation and initiatives and the clarity, understanding, and dedication to its mission and vision. And this is a quote, this is what this team from all over the country said about Brim. It said, Brim might very well be the industry leader. So the dream lives on, and thank you for being a part of that. And now I'd like to introduce to you Carbondale Mayor Joe Fritzler.
Thank you. I'm here to give the welcome to Carbondale. It's a welcome to Carbondale. People were thanking me for coming, but I want to thank them and thank you for being here and us as board members for making this possible and for the last 30 years. Those towns like Brim is a vital part of Carbondale because, as you all know, Carbondale is a very unique place of diversity. I mean, we are an island here in southern Illinois, and Brim helps Carbondale be that island in southern Illinois with all our diverse population. And with the university here, I mean, Brim is very helpful for the university. There's so many students that would not get the experiences of interning and the training if Brim wasn't here to help them with that. It provides that education for them to go off with their different careers. So thank you for the services that you're providing for Carbondale and for SIU. I have a proclamation. So whereas Brim Preparatory School is a private boarding school for junior and senior high school students with learning disabilities, also offering a transition program for post-secondary students with learning disabilities, and whereas this year marks the 30th anniversary for Brim Preparatory School, a school that was founded in 1982 by Carol Brim, local educators, concerned parents and professionals, and whereas during its 30-year existence, Brim Preparatory School has educated hundreds of students from all across the country and the world. Presently, students come from 30 states and 4 foreign countries, and whereas students from options transitions to independence attend classes at the Carbondale facility, take courses at John A. Logan College and Southern Illinois University, and participate in internships experiences at over 60 businesses throughout Southern Illinois. Now, therefore, I, Joel Fritzler, the mayor of the city of Carbondale, Illinois, do hereby proclaim Friday, May 18th, 2012 as Brim Preparatory School 30th Anniversary Day in the city of Carbondale, Illinois, and urge all citizens to appropriately recognize this occasion. So thank you very much. I'm supposed to introduce Mr. Richard Collins, but I think we all know who he is.
By reputation, I'm sure. We couldn't go forward without asking some of the original staff to please take a stand. Diane Gordon, Bill Douglas. Forever is made up of staff, of people, and kids. We look around right now, and all of a sudden we also have facilities, which was the last on the agenda for us. We really dedicated our time to staff development and program for kids first. And I think that we have accomplished that. And we not only have accomplished it, but we continue to really set the trends as to what's going to be happening here, but also what's going to be happening in the future. And our ongoing development goes back to Carol's dream. Which hopefully we will continue to bring along with it. I got a motion with this. We originally had 6.5 acres here. You can see the pine trees. That was the scope of what the property was. And now we have 80 acres. and we go all the way down to Cecil's property down here and out to Giant City Road. And as we continue to dream and look at strategically what we're going to be doing and what we're visioning, it's really very, very exciting. We just approved today the bylaws for our foundation, and the process is the articles of incorporation for the Grimm Institute, which I have not left yet. I'm going to be stepping down as executive director a year from June at the end of our 30th anniversary. And Dr. Brown is going to be the new executive director of the program. I'm going to be taking over and developing the Grimm Institute, which will be focused on research, database development, which is very, very exciting. Looking at evidence-based curriculum development, and programmatic contributions which we can make not only to the Grimm, but to people from around the world, because we really are an organization that can make that contribution. And I am very excited about what the future is. I'm very excited about stepping down as executive director, because this probably won't be stopping here, and I can do some entrepreneurial stuff, so it will fall on Brian. And I don't mean to fall.
No, I got it.
But I am very excited about the future, and it's important for us to recognize that Carbondale has been extremely responsive with us, particularly in the options program. We have 60 sites. 60 sites in this area, businesses who are willing to cooperate with us to provide internships with our kids. So the people who are at the chamber and who represent the businesses in this community, and we really do value your cooperation and support of what we do. And it becomes very important for us to continue with that in the future. And when we talk about the future, today at the board meeting we had right before here, we're talking about options is at a point right now where it's becoming a standalone. And it is going to need its own entity as far as its own strategic planning and things like that. So as we see the growth, what we value as an organization is our ability to support the development of our programs as much as we do with the kids. So our kids develop and they mature into extremely brave young adults. As we see our kids leaving from here in graduation 2 weeks from tonight, but also as we see the kids transition to options and from options into the real world. And it becomes very important for us to be able to set the systems up to track, follow, and support them throughout life. And that's part of what our next vision is looking at also. So I'm very proud to have been here since '89. I'm from Boston, so I prefer to call this Cabandelay. And proud to be part of this community, as we all are. And proud of the fact that faculty and staff who make the program. The program only exists because of the faculty and staff. And the outstanding level of expertise, the outstanding, they don't say no. They don't say no. They don't say a kid can't. And they don't say a kid is stopped in their progress. And it's just amazing what they will do and step outside the box in order to achieve it. So I truly appreciate the fact that people have been here for the full 30 years. Our average faculty right now is here for 13, which is unheard of in a boarding school. And our staff in the dormitories are here 3, 4, 5 years, and some 20 years. I look at Jeff Hilliard, who's been here 22. He started off in the dorm terms, 21, and then people evolve into various roles and create roles, and that's what we're about, creating opportunity for kids, but also opportunity for all of us in Carbondale. So with that, I would really like to introduce Sheila Simon, but also remember her dad. Her dad, Paul, was on our advisory board. He used to come here at least twice a semester and give lectures to our kids. And this is a very nice social set out here. In those days, it wasn't. Sam, who worked with us before, at times would be leaning over and stuff. But it was the largest space we had on campus because we had a very small classroom. And Paul used to stand out there in the wind, rain, and stoically give the lectures to the kids and tour. Even would drive them home from church on Sundays if our band showed up late. So I'm very proud of the fact that Sheila has been also very much a part of our community and a part of our growth and support. So with that, Sheila Simon.
It is a real treat to be home in Carbondale and to be home with so many friends. And Paul Kassouf, where are you? In the back row. Paul and I have spent so many hours waiting for our daughters to be done with dance classes and gymnastics lessons. It's really fun to be hanging out with you again, Paul. And just nice to be in a community of learning, in a town where the big industry is learning, but a place that recognizes that everyone learns differently. And that's a cool thing. And in our family, we have my husband and me and 2 daughters, and we have one daughter that learns like this and one daughter that learns like this. And the daughter that learns like this, thanks to Sue, and some significant help and a lot of time and a lot of commitment and expertise, is going to be graduating from Carbondale High School tomorrow night with a 4.0 grade point. But that whole idea of understanding how we learn and looking at a generation ago, people who learned not in that straight path were regarded differently, were regarded as unsuccessful, and were left behind far too often. And in this generation, we've been able to say, we know that some people learn differently, and we can facilitate that learning, and we can get the most out of everyone, and people can live up to their potential. And so I think we've come to a neat next stage, but what I envision is a stage beyond that, and I think BREM is really a part of that, and that potential that BREM and Carbondale can bring to the world, and that is learning from the people who learn like this, and how can that inform the rest of us who have maybe a more straightforward or boring way of looking at things. I really think there's exciting room to be able to take advantage of what's going on here at BREM and get those students who really have that different take and get the advantage of that in businesses, in the arts, in government, where heaven knows we could use a few good answers right now, right? I look forward to watching that next step of development of this school, of the students of this school, and with all of the friends that this school has, I have no doubt that we will be getting there very soon. It is a pleasure to be here to celebrate that with you. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Brian Brown. Evidently the buck will be stopping here in the near future. And I hope I'm able to manage the buck stopping here as effectively as my mentor, Dr. Richard Collins, has done over the last many years. I've been around BREM for a long time. I started here as an intern when I was in grad school and got hooked. And I left and came back when a position opened up after finishing my master's degree. And I've been here ever since. It's 3 years ago at this point. I always remind Rich who hired whom. I was here a year before Rich. I served on the entertainment committee at that point, which was a committee of one. And Shar and myself, Shar Reed and myself, were involved in kind of whittling down the applicants, and Rich was clearly the best person for the job, and we were fortunate to be able to have Rich come and join us. And over the years, he's been instrumental in my growth and development, as has all of the staff and faculty, and even more importantly, probably the kids. I could have never told you I would be working with this population of students, despite having a brother with undiagnosed LD ADHD issues, and coincidentally, my son has learning issues and ADHD as well. Poor guy, got born in a family with a dad that won't cut him any slack. As we move forward with our next 30 years, and it really, this is the launching of the celebration of the 30th anniversary. For the rest of next year, it'll be about celebrating our accomplishments and recognizing where we're going as a program and organization. And I've been honored to be able to be here working with the students and look forward to taking on and believe I'll be able to effectively, with the help of everybody, move the program forward to good things. At this point in time, it's time to do a little digging. And prior to that, I want to let people know that for those interested, we will be doing tours, and we will be having a reception with hors d'oeuvres in the dining hall, which just a few years ago didn't exist here at Brem. But at this point, it's time to commemorate the breaking of ground here at Brem 30 years ago, and I would like to ask Char Reed and Greg Douglas and Diane Gordon to come forward along with Stacy Tate and do a little work.
If you notice the picture, who's doing the work?
I can supervise just fine. The window can do the digging. Stacy and I have these are original from the first year from the original groundbreaking. They got new shovels. We got these old ones. Stacy's trying to dig up a mole.
To take it home and save it, huh?
Replace the divots, yeah.
Thank you for coming, but as Brian said, we do have more. We'll have some tours as we move over to the dining hall, and the dining hall is just right across the bridges of our water